Welcome back to Arrowhead Stadium, where we were last week. And last week, it was a 19-12 win for Kansas City, the home team, to send Tampa Bay packing with their first loss of the season. But this time, we have a divisional clash against the Los Angeles Chargers. Los Angeles won these two teams' first meeting, and since then, both teams have had really odd trajectories. Kansas City, at that point, was 1-1. Los Angeles was 1-0-1. Since then, Los Angeles is 1-2-1, and fresh off of a bye, looking to sweep Kansas City, who is coming off of a few dominant victories, sitting at 4-2 right now, and they're looking to split the series and get back into the division. Las Vegas on bye this week, currently leading the division. Kansas City looking to get inch closer and only fall behind Las Vegas by a half game with a win. And this return goes for 15 yards to the 23-yard line. So here comes Mahomes and this Kansas City offense looking to do some early damage. Pacheco, first run of the game, and he's going to get some yardage on this one. He's already in Los Angeles territory, and he's going to be brought down after a 32-yard not after a 32-yard gain, to the 32. And so, already Kansas City's offense showing off its fireworks and its ability to get down the field quickly. They're going to run Pacheco again. He breaks a few tackles, and he gets 8 yards. And it sets him up close to a Kansas City first down. It's going to be around 2nd and 2 at about the 25. And this is 2nd and 2 at the 25. And Pacheco doesn't get it this time. Only a yard. And so all three plays have been run so far. And they've each gotten less and less efficient. 3rd and 1. Mahomes going to hand it off to Pacheco again. He gets close to the first down, but I think he's going to get marked short. It depends on the position. I think he's a bit short, and he is. So early decision for Andy Reid. He's going to go for it. And this time, handoff goes nowhere. This one was to Pirine, and the Chargers stop Kansas City on 4th and inches, and they'll take over. And so, Justin Herbert and this Los Angeles offense looking to recreate what Kansas City did on their first drive, but score points instead. And this is a 6-yard gain from J.K. Dobbins. So, not exactly the first explosive play like the one Pacheco had, but this will set him up for a 2nd and manageable. 2nd and 4 at the 30. It's caught Palmer, and he's going to break a few tackles and cut back, and he is going to get to the 45-yard line, a 15-yard gain, and a Chargers first down. And so now they're moving. First down of the game, and they're going to hand off. Dobbins, only 4 yards. Sets up a 2nd and 6 at around the 49-yard line of Los Angeles. And this one's going to be caught. And Palmer again for 11 yards and a Charger first down to the 41 there in Kansas City territory. So they're slowly bringing the ball up, and this time Dobbins gets nowhere. He loses a yard, and that sets up a 2nd and 11. And go route is caught, and this is going to be a Los Angeles touchdown. Joshua Palmer from 42 yards out. Chargers draw blood first. Or should I say strike first? I don't really know. What a throw and what a catch, and it's going to lead to a Dicker extra point, which is good. So, Los Angeles Chargers first on the board. They are up 7-0. And this kickoff will be taken around the 6 for Kansas City. And this will be taken to the 24-yard line. And so Mahomes and the Chiefs offense looking to capitalize on that decent return and not commit a turnover on downs like they did last time. And Mahomes this time first pass of the game, and he's gonna launch it deep, and it's picked. He intended for Rashee Rice, he threw it deep, but the Chargers were waiting for that deep ball to come, and that was picked off. And so the Chargers get great field position. So Herbert, he's going to throw. It's picked off. Kansas City gets it right back at the 42. And so back-to-back interceptions thrown by both teams. So here's Kansas City again. Mahomes' second throw of the game. This one's caught by Travis Kelce. And this is to the 35-yard line. And a Chiefs first down. And so run game struggled the last few plays. They go for the pass. And this time it works out. And then they go back to the run. Tries to outrun the defenders outside. But in fact loses 4. And he goes back down to the 39. 2nd and 14. Mahomes looking deep. He's got a man. It's intercepted again. Underthrown and picked off by Los Angeles again. And they'll have a play before the end of the first quarter. And they have it 1st and 10 at the 19. And Herbert tries to pass, but he gets sacked. The O-line completely did not block the D tackle, and that'll end the first quarter. And so the Los Angeles Chargers scoring on their possession, second possession of the game. Kansas City, 2 interceptions and a turnover on downs. Will they be able to rebound from this? Find out next on BMC. And so we have the first play of the second quarter underway. We flip sides to 2nd and 16 at the 13. And Herbert has to throw. It's dropped by McConkey. And this brings up a 3rd and 16. Pressure is coming and not able to throw a good pass. And McConkey got to it but couldn't catch it. 3rd and 16. Herbert. He's going to throw. No, he's going to get sacked first. And so the Chargers will punt. And Kansas City gets it right at midfield. Great field position. Handoff. And this is Pacheco for 8 yards. And so the run game seems like it's back for now. 2nd and 2. Mahomes. Throws a cross route. It's picked again. 3rd interception of the game from Mahomes. And Kansas City is struggling on their home turf. And so here come the Chargers at the 30-yard line. They're going to hand off. And Gus Edwards gets 3 yards. And so at the 33 now, we have a 2nd and 7. Handoff again. Edwards only gets back to the line of scrimmage. Still sets up a 3rd and 6. Herbert. Looking, it's caught. Quentin Johnson. And he makes his first catch of the game for 13 yards and sets Los Angeles up at the 46 and a Charger first down. And Herbert looking to throw. It's Johnson again. Makes back-to-back catches. This one for 6. And gets them on Kansas City's side of the field. And 2nd and 4. And Herbert looking to throw. It's caught. Palmer. And he's going to get to the 25. A 22-yard pitch and catch from Herbert to Joshua Palmer. And they're close to the red zone now. 1st and 10. Herbert looking to throw. Disley makes the catch. And he breaks a few tackles. Gets in the red zone to the 12 of Kansas City. And so 1st and 10. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown here. And they're going to throw. It's caught. Johnston. Touchdown. Los Angeles. And they're up 13-0 here on the road against Kansas City. Extra point coming up from Cameron Dicker. And the kick is going to be no good. Wide right. And so now only a 13-point lead for Los Angeles, and Kansas City is going to return this. They're going to need some decent return here, which they do get to around the 28, because their offense has struggled to get it going since the opening drive, which also ended in a turnover on downs. Kansas City's first 4 drives are turnover on downs, interception, and interception. But Mahomes gets 7 yards on the scramble. Couldn't find anyone there, so he just didn't take any risks and got out of bounds after a 7-yard gain. And now he goes to Hollywood Brown. He makes the catch, and he gets into Chargers territory. Hollywood Brown, he's onto the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Is anyone going to catch him? He's down to the 5. Touchdown, Kansas City. And they have struck. Finally on the scoreboard is Kansas City. And they are now down 13-6. They needed to get on the board, and they got a quick one there. 2 plays. And that's all it took for this Kansas City offense. And so the extra point from Butker is going to be good. So it's 13-7 Kansas City with 19 seconds left. They left some time for Los Angeles to answer back with at least a field goal, which they can do. And they get to the 28 on the return. They have 10 seconds left. Down to 7-6. Herbert throws deep. It's caught. And doesn't get down in time is Palmer. So that'll pad the stats a bit, but that's not going to do much. And so that brings up halftime on the BMC network. And first we'll recap the scores from Week 7. So in Cleveland, Buffalo defeating the Browns 30-24. Buffalo up to 6-1. Cleveland down to 2-5. And the Jets lose 33-28 against Indianapolis in Indianapolis. And so the Jets fall to 5-2. A surprise season for them so far. We'll see if they can keep it up. Indianapolis up to 3-1, an even 500 record. And Houston Texans, they're 5-2 now after a 28-12 victory over the league's worst offense, Tennessee Titans, down to 1-6 on the season. And Washington goes to Denver, another very low-scoring team, and they defeat Denver 34-13. Washington up to 4-2. Denver down to 1-6. Carolina having a sad season for sure. Down to 0-7. And after a 27-20 loss to New England at Gillette in Foxborough, New England up to 3-4, looking to boost their postseason chances. And a blowout in Los Angeles for the Rams. They lose 33-3 against Baltimore, who's up to 6-1. Los Angeles falls to 4-2, and they lose their number 2 spot in the NFC for now. Pittsburgh back up to 500 after a 30-24 victory over Seattle. They're now 3-1. Seattle falls to 1-6. The Giants go to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. However, they end up losing 17-12. New York Giants drop down to 2-4. San Francisco up to 5-2, and they are winners of And anyways, so Chicago losing to Arizona 45-16. They dropped down to 2-5. Arizona up to 3-4. And Minnesota back on the winning side after a 2-game losing streak. They win 30-7 against Philadelphia. And Minnesota up to 3-4. Philadelphia down to 3-4. Dallas back up to 500 after a victory over Atlanta 23-13. Dallas is at 3-1, and Atlanta is at 1-6 on the season. And Detroit getting a victory at home against New Orleans 31-28. They go up to 5-2. They have won back-to-back after losing back-to-back, and New Orleans has lost 5 straight. The teams on bye this week: Cincinnati, Tampa Bay, Miami, Jacksonville, Green Bay, and Las Vegas. Next, let's go and look at the standings for the AFC. And if the season ended today, these 6 teams would be in the playoffs: Buffalo at 6-1, Baltimore at 6-1, Las Vegas at 5-1, Cincinnati at 5-1, Houston at 5-2, and New York Jets at 5-2. In the play-in, it would be the 7-seeded Jaguars at 4-2, 8-seeded Kansas City at 4-2, 9-seeded Miami at 3-3, and Indianapolis at the 10th spot at 3-1. These 6 teams would be eliminated: Los Angeles at 2-1, Pittsburgh at 3-1, New England at 3-4, Cleveland at 2-5, Denver at 1-6, and Tennessee at 1-6. In the NFC, if the season ended today, the playoff teams would be Tampa Bay at 5-1, Detroit at 5-2, San Francisco at 5-2, Washington at 4-2, Los Angeles Rams at 4-2, and Green Bay at 3-3. Then the play-in would be the 7-seeded Dallas Cowboys at 3-1, Arizona at 3-4, Minnesota at 3-4, and Philly at 3-4. The eliminated teams would be the New York Giants at 2-4, New Orleans at 2-5, Chicago at 2-5, Seattle at 1-6, Atlanta at 1-6, and Carolina at 0-7 on the season, still looking for their first win. And so that ends halftime, and we will get you to second half action here on BMC. Anyways, welcome back to this game. And Los Angeles gets the ball. They are up 13-7 and looking to add on to this lead. They have a 19-yard return, which gets them to the 25. Solid return, and after Kansas City's last drive being a touchdown, they're going to need to figure out something to keep ahead. It's going to start out with a run to Edwards, which gets back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing else. And so 2nd and 10 coming up, and this time he looks to throw to Gus Edwards, and he gets 4 yards. He on the check down brings up a 3rd and 6. And 3rd and 6 caught by Johnston, and he makes a few guys miss, and he gets 13 yards to the 42 of Los Angeles, and that sets up a Chargers first down. And so 1st and 10. This time it's dropped by Johnston, back-to-back targets, but only 1 catch. 2nd and 10. The pass is caught, and Palmer runs out of bounds. and sets up a 3rd and 3. And and Herbert is sacked. He is brought down, and the Chargers will punt it, and Kansas City has an opportunity to take the lead. And so Mahomes looking to throw deep, and it's caught. Travis Kelce into Charger territory, and he gets 31 yards down to the 49. And so one play is all it took to get into Charger territory. They're in trouble if this happens again. And hand off Pacheco, running on fresh legs now, but only gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Mahomes looking to throw deep, and it's caught. Kelce to the 28, and another first down for Kansas City. And handoff, Pacheco gets close to the line of scrimmage, loses a yard. Chargers were on the blitz, and they knew it right from the start. 2nd and 11. Another handoff. Pacheco this time gets 2 yards and gets ahead of the original line of scrimmage. A 3rd and 9 coming up for Kansas City. And Mahomes, and he's sacked. He was looking for Hollywood Brown on the right side, but he was brought down looking for him. So Harrison Butker looking for a field goal to make this a 3-point game. The kick is up, and it is good. From 47 yards out, Harrison Butker cuts the lead down to 3. And so 10 unanswered from Kansas City. How will Los Angeles answer? And they'll start with a return to the 25-yard line. So Justin Herbert looking to capitalize on a drive that will not only take off clock, but also hopefully score for them. And great blocking. It's caught. Quentin Johnson, and he gets 12 yards. And a Charger first down to approximately the 37-yard line. And so Herbert, he's got a short route, caught Palmer, and Palmer gets 8 and a first down. No, not a first down. Whoops, my bad. And 2nd and 2. Herbert all day to throw, and he's got Quentin Johnson right in the middle of the field, and that'll end the 3rd quarter. Los Angeles Chargers 13, Kansas City 10. Will Los Angeles hold on to this lead, or will Kansas City find a way to come back and win like they always do? Find out next on BMC. So, we have the first play of the 4th quarter. We switch sides in the field once again for the final time. Unless there's overtime, we might. And that throw is short. Herbert throws an incomplete pass. And 2nd and 10. Herbert hands off to J.K. Dobbins. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. And Herbert looking to throw, and he misses. He misses Quentin Johnston. 4th down upcoming. And they're going to go for a field goal from 56 yards out. Cameron Dicker. Does he have the range? And he is off the upright. No good. Wide left. It doinked off. And so Kansas City gets great field position. And so Mahomes all day to throw. He launches it deep, and he's got a man. It's Rashee Rice, and he is inside the 20, 15, 10, 5, and he is in for a touchdown. Kansas City takes the lead, and an extra point incoming to make this a 4-point game. So Butker's kick is good. 17-13, 17 unanswered for Kansas City. And the Chargers need an answer fast if they want to win this game. And so stiff arm, and they get to the 25-yard line after the solid return. And so this time, they're going to hand off. The run game hasn't worked at all, and it doesn't work this time either. J.K. Dobbins stopped behind the line. 2nd and 11. Herbert looks to throw, and it's caught. Stiff arm, and Palmer breaks free for a 15-yard pitch and catch from Herbert, setting up a first down. 1st and 10. He's going to throw it short up the middle, and Dobbins does not get anywhere. 2nd and 13. And so this pass is caught to around the 49, and this was Will Dissly finding his way open, 3rd and inches. And this is caught, and Palmer breaks away from a few tackles and gets 13 yards. We're down to 1 minute and 6 seconds left in this game. And this is set up to be a great finish. 1st and 10. Gonna hand off. And that still has not worked yet. We're down to under a minute left in this game. And so pass is caught, and only 7 yards. They're going to need 2 yards on this 3rd down to advance the chains. And he breaks the tackle, and he gets out of bounds with 39 seconds left. And so a slow, methodical drive for the Chargers. They're looking to win this game on this drive. 1st and 10. And this throw is incomplete. Thrown low, intended for Dissly. 2nd and 10. And this pass is caught. Palmer. And he gets a first down. Chargers call their first timeout. And 1st and 10. And Herbert looking to throw. He's got a man short, incomplete. 20 seconds left, and it is 2nd and 10. Gonna go short again. This one is intercepted. It's picked off by Kansas City, and this is almost over. So they need a first down, and they're looking to win it here. Mahomes caught, and that will do it. And he's going to go 17-13 will be the final unless a fumble happens here. And this will go all the way for 70 yards to the 17-yard line. And that'll end the game. Kansas City takes the game after 17 unanswered. And the Chargers were driving. They just made some costly mistakes, which led to them losing the game. They were up 13-0 and allowed 17 from Kansas City. And so Kansas City improves to 5-2 on this season. Next week, they are going to be facing Miami on the road. As for the Chargers, they fall to 2-3-1 on this season. Next week, they're heading back home and facing Houston. And thank you guys for watching on BMC, and look forward to seeing you guys next time.